I'm sorry, I didn't text you either, we had 3 bids. We had 3 bids, I'm sorry. Every time I thought of it, it was like weird hours and I'm like,
Yeah, that's what I expected, that's what I showed up for.
okay, good. I figured they swung by there also.
Make a motion. Go.
Yep, second.
All in favor? Aye. Let's see, and I want some payment.
On my face, and everything I've done today, it's like, oh, go back, oh, go back.
You watched it, did you see pictures of my tractor?
Yeah, Bob showed me one when he got back.
You last I heard running.
Yeah, I talked to, what's his name, King?
Oh, yeah, Ken?
Yeah, he was out there, yeah, working on it, crazy. Took a little water out of that.
Well, at least it's running. He said when he pulled over the exit, he didn't shoot water
Yeah.
from there.
Mark was a little bit chilly.
He was chilly 2 days later.
motion for the M&L warrants for payment. Aye.
Planning way of blankets from Nescatonga District 1, District 2, EMS, and the assessor.
motion for the blankets.
All in favor?
Second.
Road crossings,
None?
officer report.
We have officers' reports from treasurer, court clerk, preservation, and the election board.
Make motion for the monthly officer report.
All in favor? Let's see, open and award bids for District Two for construction of bridge project.
3 bids were
Remaining.
submitted.
Well.
No, there's someone on that
East Welding. $91,400.
25.
Roller yard, 87,500. High Point, 88,496. That's pretty tight bid. Next suggestion on Mill Road, yard.
Lowest. You're reading the lowest bid?
Yes. All in favor? Declaration of surplus for military rescue for Scott Air Pack model.
They're gonna try to donate these to another county. I have the, resolution on my desk. I sent it out to the County Clerk Association just to see if anybody needs them. So if you guys, know of anybody that, just talking to commissioners and stuff, that their, fire departments need anything for these, just let them know they're not gonna charge anything on these, they're just wanting to see if somebody else.
I'll make a motion for the declaration of surplus.
Second. All in favor? Selection of construction manager for District 2 for project JP 29790.
Can you read that?
No, it's just selecting CD, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Choice CD or ODOT, so.
Motion for the construction management.
Second.
All in favor? Selection of construction manager for District 3 for project 31772.
Motion approved.
All in favor? Transfer appropriation for District 1 from M&O to personal services for $50,000.
Yep. Make motion for transfer.
All in favor? Transfer appropriations for District 3 from Endo to ETR, to repay ETR loan for $334,000.
I'll make the motion for the transfer.
All those. Okay. Next is under responders will be taking inquiries to Ford tankers. The public auction is starting tractor auction April 6th.
Just sign down
Yeah.
here.
All the sign up. I think they've already taken it down, and they were gonna take it down last week or this week or something.
I'll make a motion for, whatever.
I'll second that, whatever.
Man, let me slide something up.
Last thing here, legislative update. So I think a little over 2,500 bills was put in this year. Got a bunch dealing with county government. The main thing it's dealing with is ad valorem tax. I don't know, how many bills do you think there was, Jennifer?
There is 24 shell bills, but there's over 100 that the Assessors Association is watching. Specifically ad valorem, they're thinking 75, but there's some that affect the assessor's office but aren't directed toward it, such as building permits and things. So they're watching over 100.
Do you have a little update on the ad valorem, kind of how some of this stuff could affect us or anything?
Yeah, I'm hesitant to put together exact numbers yet because we don't know which bills are going to go through and which ones aren't. Some of the bills that are actually authored have been requested by the Assessors Association that would deal specifically with seniors, senior freeze. So those kind of, anytime we talk about senior freeze, it wouldn't be a negative on the net assessed value. It would just prevent future growth of net assessed value. The reason future growth on net assessed value impacts the county as a whole is because often other things are depreciating down, especially personal property and tractors. As those depreciate down, real estate tends to appreciate up. And so if you're freezing that, I don't think it would make a measurable difference on anything that we have senior freeze. There is an untold number of seniors in Alfalfa County who do not qualify for senior freeze currently. And it would be impossible for me to guess how many are out there that would qualify under some of the new qualifications that would come into play. So it would be very difficult for me to estimate how much of a difference in net assessed value would come into play with new qualifications when I don't know the exact population of the 65 and older, if that makes sense. There's several bills that are looking to eliminate property taxes in some regard. There's some looking to eliminate property taxes on farm equipment. There's some looking to eliminate or greatly reduce taxes on homestead exemption properties. Some of those bills are really mild. There's one bill talking about changing the homestead exemption from 1,000 to 2,000. That wouldn't be much of an impact. It would be very minimal. It would basically say instead of in a house in Cherokee School District saving $100 on their homestead exemption, they would save $200. There's bills out there that combine double homestead. So then you're taking that number times, currently to qualify for double homestead exemption, you have to make less than $30,000 a year. And there's some bills that are looking to change the qualifications there. So there would be an untold number of people that might then qualify for double homestead exemption. And if they're looking to change the homestead exemption from anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000, there's an untold impact depending on which of those bills move forward and not. The Assessors Association is supporting a lot of the bills that create moderate reform. because those moderate reforms give any school district or taxing entity an ability to adjust in moderation in small amounts, and then they can see where things go before they take it up a step. There's a lot of legislatures that is their mindset, is to provide a little tax relief, see where it lands, and then see if there's necessary needs going forward. The concerning bills are the ones that provide tax relief in great, large chunks all at once. Some of those are state questions, which are out of the hands of legislators, because if it's a state question and it gets all the required signatures and it passes all the legal tests and it will go to a vote of the people, the legislature doesn't get to stop that. There are some bills that propose constitutional changes, which then again also have to go to the vote of the people. So there's a lot of different working parts, and coming up with a specific number of impact. Worst case scenario would be if, for this year, I believe, and this is, worst case scenario would be if they eliminated property taxes in its whole. But I think what most people are talking about, worst case scenario, would be eliminating property taxes for all homeowners on their home. That would impact Cherokee School District the hardest, because they have more homesteads in Cherokee School District than the other districts. I can say that I have looked at that. The homesteads of the houses in Alfalfa County, about 50% of houses built for residential purposes are already homesteaded. So that's about 50% of our houses are already homesteaded. So, and I've made a conscious effort to make sure people are informed about homestead exemption. I just always have. So I have gone through, and every year I send out letters telling people I believe that they qualify, and not everybody who I believe qualified is signed up. But for the most part, I would say almost everybody who qualifies is signed up for homestead exemption. So those numbers could be detrimental to some of those, but I think just being patient at this point to see what's moving through, instead of getting too drawn into the hype of some of the bills. I think cautiously watching those, and if you guys want to help me cautiously watch those. I've been trying to get Nate a list, and I haven't had time to devote to that on which ones specifically I'm watching. But the ones with the farm equipment, I am watching those because I think my farmers will be interested in it, and it's that time of year that they're assessing equipment right now anyway.
The state question is probably the scariest one.
It's the scariest one because it eliminates property tax on a homestead exemption within 3 years. So there is a step-up process to it. But even the first year, I think that the step into it would be so large that there isn't a time to adjust. And many of the schools have said, but won't state aid cover it? And what we discussed at CODA last week was that there has been no promise of state aid, that the state will increase the Department of Education's budget to cover additional expenses through state aid. So right now, I don't know what their allotted amount is for state aid. That covers the whole state. You're still divvying that up amongst 577 school districts, I think. Don't quote me on that number. I don't know how many school districts are in Oklahoma. So if they don't increase that budget, that divvied out amount will just be less per student, because they're still going to try to make that stretch. So there's no promise that state aid will compensate for any tax loss. We're unaware of that, if that is happening, if those discussions are happening.
Anything else?
No, sorry, I'm not
No,
well
that's
prepared
fine.
for you.
Just kind of give us an idea of what's out there.
There's 549 school districts in Alfalfa.
Okay, thank you for looking that up for me. I knew it was 500 and some.
Okay, I'll go over some of these other bills that are out there. Let's see, House Bill 2972 grants counties authority to adopt ordinances or voter-approved initiatives regulating commercial wind and solar facilities in unincorporated areas. There's a few bills out like this that are just trying to, instead of regulating the state level, they're trying to put it all at the county level. So there's several bills like that. HB 3083 changes standards for burn ban declarations. Again, this comes up every single year trying to change something. There's a couple different bills on the burn ban. Most of them are just trying to expand the criteria in terms of get it to like there's 6 different criteria. You only have to meet 3 of them to be able to put the burn ban on. And most of them are dealing with the different drought indexes and then red flag wind alerts. When the county commissioners can put that burn ban on. Let's see. House Bill 3219 repeals the statute for counties opening and closing roads. That would basically say we can't open or close a road. House Bill 3405 requires counties to eliminate noxious weeds in county right-of-ways. I called Levi. It's his representative out in Van Hill that's running the bill. I called Levi out in Texas County, talked to him. He basically, last year they tried to add a couple of different weeds to it. And right now, you know, with our must thistles, there's a $1,000 fine that the ag department comes out, notifies you and you don't take care of it. They ran that bill last year to add those 2 weeks to it, and the governor wouldn't sign it because he didn't like the $1,000 fine, didn't want no fines on it. So now they're running it, they're going to take the $1,000 fine off the property owners, add the 2 weeds to it, but then they included the counties have to take care of them. Will be required to take care of it. But the landowners, the fine will be taken off of them. So, it's an unfunded mandate. It is. House Bill 34. House Bill 3416 changes how quotes are gathered in County Purchasing Act. This just allows us to have them. You can have email quotes and things like that, the way I understand it, how you mentioned it. Let's see. House Bill 3882 provides $10 million for the Lake and Industrial Access Program. That's the grant that I got last year. They took that off the books last year, and this is just a bill trying to get it back on there. Let's see. House Bill 3891. This would be for us, another unfunded mandate. Sets county official salary at a minimum of $60,000. So all elected officials would have to be paid $60,000, no less. And that would be an unfunded mandate for us. I was a big fan of that one. I think at our level of government or our size of county, we need to be able to move up, down, wherever we got to do to make budget work if we have to. But that's my opinion on it. Let's see, House Bill 3919 changes board composition of 3 fair boards. Just a lot of the smaller counties are having a hard time finding 9 people to be on the board, so this just allows it to be anywhere from 5 to 9. And if it was 5, it would be 1 from each district and then 2, just whoever. Let's see. House Bill 4283 increases the CERB cap by $5 million per year through 2033. So each year, our CERB money will be increasing by $5 million each year. So that would help out our road funding. And then Senate Bill 1239 extends the formula for 25% CERB going to county's highway fund. That just extends what we've got going with CERB now. Just a couple more here. Senate Bill 1620 modernizes county government operations by authorizing digital publication of legal notices, audits, elections, and reports to county websites. So that would be allowed to allow us to put things on websites. Oh, Senate Bill 2019 creates the political subdivision liability insurance guarantee program to insure against excessive liability judgments. This is kind of, I think, aimed at, we've had, in the state of Oklahoma, a lot of our jails have had massive lawsuits. And, I think $30 million judgment or something like that in the county over east. And that just goes back on the taxpayers when they have those judgments. And this would create a fund for these type of deals so that they can help fund it, the liability part of it. Senate Bill 2999 requires travel allowances for county officers, changes from may to shall. So it's another deal where they're forcing us to put a certain rate and making us pay instead of allowing us to do that ourselves. The Senate Bill 2119 changes factors related to the PAC loan. So this is coming from being pushed by a county down south that is already making over $4,000 per mile. So they're not getting any of the PAC money and they want a piece of the pie. So I'm not a big fan of that because they start messing with this PAC loan. It's probably going to get too expensive a program and we'll end up losing it.
What's it saying on that deal to get all county officials up to 60,000 if you can't afford it?
Oh, if you can't afford it, right now they've got it in there as the serve money, where you take and make up the difference. And they said, well, and that got talked about in our legislative committee, and well, we can change it to a different, I mean, we can use tax or whatever else, and I'm just kind of like, it don't matter what you use, we're scraping by every penny we got to get by. So it don't matter where you take it from, you're still putting an unfunded Band-Aid on us. But that's pretty much all I've got on that. The majority tax addition over 2,500 bills, probably a little over 80% of them will never make that a committee, so it'll just be, when we find out what's going on in the committee, where we gotta start worrying about things really.
We have like probably 8 in our county clerk breakout sessions that are just having us police things, like if something is fraudulent that comes in, you're supposed to know that it's fraudulent, and then you give that person 15 days to bring back documentation to prove that it's not fraudulent. Well, meantime, we can't file anything else for those 15 days, and so that was one of them. Another one is, dang it, I can't think. Another crazy one that they're just, having us hold things for a certain number of days, but that just means you can't file things until things are proven that it is for sure. So there's just a bunch of crazy bills out there. We had probably 40 bills on ours that didn't even make sense. We had another margin thing on there because some legislator tried to file a quit claim deed and he didn't abide by the 2-inch margin, so now he's mad, so now he's gonna change the margin things also. We just got the people used to it. Don't jack with it again. There's bunches of them out there.
Well, any unforeseen business?
We will adjourn. Second.
You need copies of everything, Maya? I guess the bids for the
Sorry, I wanted to.
bridge project.
I understand.